Imagine that at the ripe age of 17, you enter into the world of professional boxing, but all of your colleagues are stereotypes. Hey guys, my name is SiggyBO21, and welcome to Let's Play Punch-Out! Punch-Out Wii. Some people call it that, some people just call it Punch-Out. The official title is just Punch-Out, with 2 exclamation points! This is my favorite Wii game of all time, just for the record, and this is also a pretty strong contender for one of my favorite video games of all time. But of course, with Super Mario Sunshine and Pokemon, it's going to be hard to compete with that. This is being done in post-commentary because I did record commentary for this first circuit, but I felt it wasn't satisfactory because I had to focus too much on the fight, so let's, this entire series is going to be done in post-commentary. I know it may sound weird, but with a game like Punch-Out, I feel like the only way to do it justice in the commentary side is in post. So you start out, there's not many cutscenes in this game, it cuts right to the chase. If you've never played a Punch-Out game, basically, Punch-Out is like if every enemy in the game was a boss. You punch out boxing style. I guess you could compare it to Shadow of the Colossus in the regard that everyone is a boss and there's no regular enemies, but that's not really a fair comparison. They're completely different games. Plus, this has 2 other games, one on the NES and one on the Super Nintendo. I really love the Super Nintendo version, but this one takes the cake. First opponent in the game is Glass Joe. He is pitifully weak, with terrible defense and very terrible attack as well. Anyway, you can play this game in 2 ways. You can play it with motion controls, like with a Wii Remote and a nunchuck, and actually punch. Or you can just play it with the Wii Remote on its side, like the NES controller, and that's the style that I'm playing with this game, but you still have to use the pointer to navigate menus. Alright, you're going to be seeing this at the end of each one. At the beginning of each match, at least. And how does it feel to be ranked below Glass Joe? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out very soon.
Bonjour! Bonjour!
Interesting fact, Glass Joe is actually the only opponent in this game who has 2 opening, like, cutscenes on the ring. Anyway, Glass Joe actually starts the fight, allowing you to punch him in the face for a star punch. Star punches are usually gotten by punching your opponent a certain way, and for the first while in the match, he actually will not attack you, and you can freely get some punches in like I did there. But when he starts doing punches, he'll usually alternate between an uppercut and a jab. The jab, neither of which do that much damage if they hit you, so it's not really a big deal. He leaves himself quite open. Oh, just for the record, I will be showing the challenges in this game. My first time fighting each opponent, I will be fighting them as if this is my first time fighting them and I don't really know what to do. Or rather, I won't be trying to rack up star punches. In a way. There I was trying to block, and I did it there. So, this episode of the series will not have sidebars. I don't know what the sidebars are going to look like because they haven't been made yet, but when they do get made, just know that iCabigon is the one who made them. So, thanks, buddy Brian. You always are a good pal. I know I'm saying that kind of shakily, but I really do appreciate our friendship. Anyway, for this episode, it's just going to be black bars, I'm sorry, but most of my other projects do have black bars. Oh, and this is recorded off a capture card, just so you know. I'm not emulating this, so that's good. You can only imagine how much lag this would be if it was emulated. There was a slight lag when I did record it, but in future episodes I am going to be playing off the gamepad as opposed to looking at the computer screen, because I'm playing this off my Wii U, of course.
Attention à mon menton! Ne frappe pas mon menton!
Dodge, dodge, dodge and counter. Dodge and counter. You got it?
And just for the record, I did go into a second round on purpose because I just wanted to show what I looked like. Doc will usually give hints on how to defeat an opponent you're facing if you're having trouble.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, go!
However, in Glass Joe's case, he's pretty pathetic and really a one-trick pony, so you don't really need much help to beat him. So you see, I got an easy star punch and knocked him down quickly in the second round. Do I have anything else to say about Glass Joe? Oh yeah, he's a fan favorite in the series for being so pathetically weak and just not being very good at boxing. So there's that. If Glass Joe can beat you, then you probably need to do some training. I know it sounds a bit cruel, but that's the truth. Glass Joe shouldn't give you any troubles, even if you're new to the game. Just get used to the controls and whatnot. Just don't worry about a thing. The only reason you should lose to him is if you don't know what you're doing whatsoever, or you are trying to lose. And here I'm actually pretty close to beating him here. And alright, so we won. Each boxer actually has a special knockout animation that you won't always get it, but you can try.
Untouched, baby. Untouched. Did that sucker even land a punch? The next fight might not be so easy.
You know, he actually did land a punch, but anyway, they all have knockout animations. You won't get them just for knocking them out. Sometimes it will have to go to the full count, or the TKO will just be the end of it. Usually you can count on getting the animation if you knock them out with a star punch, or TKO them with a star punch. Anyway, this is von Kaiser. I didn't mention this, but Glass Joe is obviously from France. This guy's from Germany. And he's only a slight upgrade from von Kaiser. I mean, no, from Glass Joe. Also, something I should mention, in this game, each of the characters actually speak their native language, whereas in the NES and SNES versions, characters would speak English, or their own language in some rare circumstances, but mostly English. Okay, as I was saying, each of them speaks their native language in this game, and they're actually voiced by native people of that country. And here, as you can see, von Kaiser has what I like to call a cuckoo clock punch, where he winds up like a cuckoo clock to do a weak jab at you. And if you hit him a couple times while doing that, he'll do his cowering move, where he'll peek for a little bit and allow you to punch him for a star punch. So he's not very confident. In fact, those children who beat him up in the army actually weakened his mental state quite a bit. It's kind of weird, if you ask me. It's very satisfying to hit this guy, though. He will have another attack coming up pretty soon, though. So, well, he's just getting his composure back together, but later on that'll mean a little bit more. He has better defense than Glass Joe, but that's about it. He does have an uppercut that is kind of like Glass Joe's, so that one is a bit more worth being worried about, for lack of a better term. Just hit him, get star punches, you'll be good. I made a joke a long time ago on Twitter that if this game was made in the 1940s or 50s, then von Kaiser would be the last opponent in the game. Yeah. Or if it was developed by Germans, I guess. I don't know. But this game was developed by Japanese people, and in the top fighter isn't even Japanese. In fact, the Japanese fighter in this game is fought pretty early on. Not in the minor circuit, but still. Here I actually do get pummeled a little bit. If you lose all your hearts, then you get tired and you can't punch for a little bit.
Ich bin eine Kampfmaschine. Mein Name von Kaiser.
Hey, Mac, baby, teach von Kaiser a lesson. Send him back to boot camp.
Anyway, as I was saying, when you are tired, you can't punch at all. You can still guard for some reason, but you can't punch. And in order to get rid of your tiredness, all you have to do is dodge a punch from whoever you're fighting. In the NES version, it was like 2 or 3 punches that you had to dodge before you were allowed to get back to being able to fight. Anyway, let's rack him up. Let's finish this guy. There's not really much else to say about this guy. I don't know why I kept getting hit there. Maybe it was because of the lag. I know it's kind of dumb to blame your not being able to play as well on lag, but here I really did feel it. But on the gamepad there is no lag, so that's why I'm going to be playing there from now on. And knock him down. But there's really not much else to say, is there? I got a star punch. I knocked him down 4 times. Doesn't look like he's getting up. And much to my dismay, he actually doesn't get up. Because, well, I don't know. I was sad that I couldn't get his knockout animation, but I do get that later. I'm going to be covering the challenges after I finish the minor circuit, so look out for that. But of course, I'm not. This is the end of the video.
Great fighting, Mac. Great fighting. You ready for the next challenge?
Yes, I believe we are. So, let's get a little sneak peek at what the rest of the minor circuit has in store for us before we end this off. So, let's see. Next opponent is Disco Kid, the only original character created for this game. And he's also the only boxer in the minor circuit to speak English. All the rest speak a different language, or... well, I'll get to that later. Who's this guy? He's a champion of the minor circuit. We'll find out who he is later. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care.